Alrighty, folks, we're gonna go live real quick. I'm in kind of a noisy environment, so disregard any screams or terror sounds you hear in the background. It's all normal, folks. All right, we're back looking at the PancakeSwap little bot I started here a couple live streams ago. We're gonna take a look at the factory code here because what a couple people have commented about the WebSocket from Anchor.com keeps being disconnected, and I've tried a few other resources as well. So if we go over here, you can see I am in the process of setting up my own Binance node because we just can't rely on anything else but the actual code itself that runs the blockchain. So be prepared, folks. If you do ever decide to run a bot, you are going to want to run your own local node, and that is going to take 260 gigabytes of download to precede this smart chain blockchain, Binance smart chain blockchain. Unless you want to just start the node like I initially did over here. But you can see it was 11 months, 2 weeks behind, and you know that might have been the right way to do it and just let it run for a while. But I did find in the Binance node, full node, in the documentation under the developer settings, there was a snapshot from just the other day. But again, be prepared for 260 gigabytes of storage space and then several hours to download. Like that took me 5 hours to download, so I just fired it up and went to bed. And then now I woke up and we needed to and be aware the directions tell you to unzip a tar gzip file. I didn't think that was going to work, but I wanted to follow the directions at least. But there's your command to on the Unix environments to unzip, unarchive, untarball this file, um, and be prepared for it to take a very long time to unarchive. But what you're effectively going to be doing is preceding all of that chain data that's already been processed, that's just out there and available um, to the blockchain environment. So, but it all has to be ultimately in the chain data folder to do its thing. But so we're just gonna let that run. That's gonna be an hour or two at the very least. I'm assuming probably more. But back to the lecture at hand. This was not 42 seconds ago. This was for yeah. So we'd have to pull up the actual transaction to. Let's pull up the actual transaction. So this was the factory address for Pancake Factory. So this is what we want to watch for events. So now that I reloaded it, oh good, it didn't reload. So one thing about this page is this events page is not a real-time reloading thing. If I were to reload this page, you would see a brand new block number here. And then once we go look at the transaction, um, you can see that might not even be the one we're looking at today, folks. And that may have reloaded on me. And it may have just made me a liar because this was 16 minutes ago and I did this stuff last night, as you can tell from over here. Um, Middle of the night, like usual, I was up watching the events in real time and noticed this happened. So, um, as you can see, 13 hours ago, somebody added 100 BNB to like 500 billion, ridiculous number, a ridiculous number of gym tokens. We can go in and figure all that out here in a second, but I just want to show you this nonsense. It scaled up, so the whale, the trader with 1,000 transactions made in the last 30 days, most likely a bot. Again, this is dex.guru. I don't know if I said that. This one works better than Dex Tools, and it has a little bit different information. Like here on Dex Tools, it didn't even show us the fact that the whale took all of his liquidity. So I don't know if this app has been having trouble um, trying to scale its operation, or if that's their idea of limiting me, is not giving me the data. I don't know on that one, so that's why I looked for Dex Guru. Oddly enough, the price doesn't show plummeting here like your typical rug pool that I've seen. But you can tell he put in $63,000, and then within 1 hour got an extra 4.18 BNB, folks. And it is the whale. It's the same dude. When you look at it, it's the same dude taking the liquidity back. Rug pulling. It, so it's weird here because you don't see um, the trading history transaction. So it's not a trade per se, and that's probably why it doesn't show up over at Jim on Dex Tools here. But the Jim over here has this pool activity, and I like that. Um, so we may have to, if we get to this level, definitely um, figure out how to integrate, because I've seen this act a little bit better when there's, but again, let me maybe reload this. And yeah, see, this is what I don't like all the time. You're using the limited version of Dex Tools to access all if you hold $12,500. But okay, what's limited about it? Where's the limitation? If you go and look at what it tells you, it just wants you to give them $12,500, which is dumb. So yeah, you don't see the trade history here. You see where a few trades were matched up. So this may not be getting all the data. They may not be giving us all the data because we don't have hold tokens. But effectively, folks, this is another absolute rug pull, and this proves a little bit clear that the the dev, the rug puller, the bot, pulled an extra 4.18 BNB out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22. Oh, it probably tells me up here. 20. It was like 21 transactions. Yeah. So there's a few, but they're all buys. Is that what that means? It's all buys. Um, yeah. See, they're all buys, and then the dude just pulled the liquidity out. He didn't even have to sell it. He just pulled the liquidity. So this is the danger, folks, of running a bot trying to game these other people that are launching coins. Because they don't even have to sell; they can just pull liquidity when they've taken their $3,000 and saying goodbye and do it again. Because all we've got to do is go back here and reload this to make sure it's doing its thing. Yeah, 56 seconds ago. Let's go look at the contract or the transaction. So 56 seconds ago. We'll do this in real time, folks. If my computer, now that my computer's doing even, okay, there we go. $18,000? Are you frogging kidding me? $18,000 add liquidity. Oh my freaking God. $18,000 of liquidity. Let's get these into this tool right now. See, this is called token. Oh, I know, I gotta fix that too. Bam. So this is called token over here. Why did it start a new one? I hate it when it does that. ETH. The fuck is this ETH nonsense? What the hell did it grab? Copy. We're gonna. Why did that not work? BNB BSC. I don't know what's going on, folks. This was working for me perfectly fine. Because there's the liquidity. So this is the pool. That's the pair address. So if we look at the pair address. Oh, you suck. Yeah, see, there's activity happening right here. $19,000 liquidity, folks. See if this dang thing works. Tour. Alright, then we gotta turn this down to 1 minute. This only shows one transaction. Tour. Alright, again, here's a bot, folks. Throwing around 29 BNB. So, crazy. Yep, moving 1% plus, a whale. But why is it an elephant? That should be a whale. Huh. But yeah, folks, that was just done in real time. So instead of just copying and pasting this all the time, because see, so 58 seconds ago, 950. So if we go boom, boom, 950. So yeah, you've got to refresh this. And then yeah, look at that. So 950 is way the hell down here. So 3 minutes ago, this one was created. And $14. So he spent, he put in $14 worth of Rats BNB to pay a $14 transaction fee. It's better than Ethereum, I guess, folks, but crazy. Alright, so then if we go and grab this pair and copy just that, we should be able to paste it in here. Yeah, see, there's nothing, just liquidity added. So what we're gonna want to have in something to watch this is not just an interface like this. We're gonna want to have more like a list style interface, and watch this in as real time as we can, because there's so many pairs being created here. Because so 023. So all we have to do is reload that 039. And one of my commenters had mentioned that he wasn't getting any more of the pair announcements, and I too had noticed that. So I started to refactor things and figure out the situation. And ultimately, what's happening is services like Anchor and even the Graph, which is powering PancakeSwap itself, are getting so overloaded. It seems it is, at least is the rumor that I've found out that's out there, is that there's so many people trying to connect to those services, and those services just haven't simply scaled up enough to deal with all the connections. And to resolve the problem is one needs to run their own node, which is the process I'm doing right here. So I will have a video for that coming up when I have all of it ready, but it is in process right now. And this is why, folks, that all these other services are spinning up to offer um, services on or for the to run your own node in like Web3 environments where you don't necessarily have to have the whole blockchain to do and to interact with it. Um, but the problem is their service has to be stable and enough to get into the blockchain itself and to respond to you and to your bot in time. And if we're going to be faster than the bots themselves, or as fast as them, because these bots are running their own node themselves. So if we're going to run anything, any kind of tool that competes with other bots, we have to be at equal playing field and get our own full Binance Smart Chain app running, node running, and that requires quite a bit of resources that you have to have. And I wouldn't recommend necessarily putting this on a cloud instance unless you're prepared to incur some data fees here. Just in storage, I looked into a couple different options, and it was going to be upwards of $30-$40 a month just to host this amount of data, and not even bother about transferring it in and out, and then what the node itself is going to cost to run. Again, as usual, folks, I am losing my voice. Oh, we watched it in real time, folks. It is done. That was a good call. We watched it in real time. So now what I need to do is, if you look at the snap BSC directory, it is all of the data snap BSC geeth directory, the chain data directory, which I'm not going to try to, that's huge. Yeah. So we don't want to look at that, and then key store. No key store. So now what I need to figure out, I should go back to the directions to not get this wrong. So yeah, basically they want you to overwrite your geeth directory. Because if we go ls geeth bsc node or snap bsc, yeah. That's, well, and they give you the config and the key store. So basically, they're basically giving you everything. So yeah, they just want you to overwrite everything right there. So let's move it out of their node. I figured it was just going to give the snap BSC, and we're going to want to be cautious about this. So we'll do this in an LL. Yeah. So we can go, we'll say, yes, that's going to be re-entrant. I don't want to frog that all to hell. So what we'll do, I won't try to do this live, folks, because I'm losing my voice, and I don't want to mess up 200 and yada yada gigs of data here. But the goal here is you've got to get this in the right directories and whatnot. And I absolutely extracted that in the wrong directory there, which no big deal. We can move it around, get it. Basically, I might just have to move it up one directory is what it looks like effectively. But I'm losing my voice, folks. I'm going to get out of here and keep building some stuff and sharing as I go along. But be very, very cautious if you throw any money into these brand new projects, because as you see, like I said before, with that gym token, they didn't even have to sell their gym to get out. All they did was pull liquidity, and we can even probably go get an event for that. And but once the liquidity's gone, the liquidity's gone. How are you going to get out? So you have to get out before they do, and you don't know how much money they're gonna want to make before they get out, because you know I'm glad someone would gladly spend 12, 14, $15 to make 5,000, 4,000, $3,000 like that in an hour. So be very cautious if you pull the trigger on trying to trade against these people. um, we need to figure out a way to get the word out faster. I've got a couple ideas. But if you have any ideas, drop them down in the comments. If you want me to look up something else, I am planning on building some tools here live, as much as I can live, um, and then sharing other things. We can build a little tiny community here. We can launch some of our own coins if that's what we want to do. But this isn't going to be just an open kind of forum, folks. So put your comments down below, hit that subscribe button, and one of these days I will have a voice until the very end. All right. Catch you in that next video, folks.